Today, guys, we're going to discuss direct and inverse application word problems. So the big thing we're going to deal with here is, okay, when solving a direct or inverse variation word problem, underline the two things, assign the first as variable y and the second as variable x. So a thing to remember, these are going to be direct variation problems that we're looking at. So that means our equation is going to be written in the form of y equals kx because it is direct variation. Another way you're going to see the verbiage that will help is you'll have like something written and then it'll say something like varies directly and then something else written. Whatever's in front is always the y. Whatever's behind the words is your x. So whatever comes first is y, second is x. First, second coincides with this information right here. So let's look at this problem. The income of a computer analyst varies directly. So the income is the first. So this is y. Varies directly tells me it is direct variation as the number of hours, which is second. So that's my x. So we know that y is income or money. X is hours worked. All right, if the analyst earns $256 for working 8 hours. Now, remember, find the constant of variation. So I'm just wanting to find the constant of variation, which is k. And remember, to find k, that means it is y over x. So, well, what's representing the y? The income, which is 256. What's representing the hours worked is 8. So that means I have 256 over 8, which equals 32. I just want to know what the constant of variation is, so I am done. Now, if I wanted to take it a step further and find the equation, this is not what the question is asking. That's only wanting the constant of variation. This is something more, okay? This is extra. The equation would be y equals 32x because we're plugging into y equals kx. That's if it's asking for the equation. For this problem, it is not, but it will in other problems. All right. Next. Okay, so we're looking at number 3. This is where we're finding a missing value. What you want to do for this to help yourself is to write info as ordered pairs, like x comma y. We want to take our information and write it as the ordered pairs. Now, remember, it's still y varies directly with x. So it says the sales of a baseball game. So the sales vary directly with the number of people. The sales is y. The number of people is x. So to write our ordered pair, we would have the number of people, comma, sales. All right, that's what our ordered pair would look like. So if the sales for a game are 12,000 when there's 800 people, so that means one ordered pair would be 800, comma, 12,000. Attend. Determine how many people attend if the sales for a game are 15,000. So I'm looking for how many people. So therefore, the X spot is my question mark. And then it gives me that it's $15,000. So the question mark is my X. Remember that these are ratios. It's a proportional relationship when it's direct variation. So that means I can set it up like some number over some number equals some number over some number. So we're going to have, it's always y over x. So we're going to have 12,000 over 800 equals 15,000 over x. And now we simplify. Well, I want to make myself a little bit easier, life a little bit easier, and I can simplify this fraction to become 120 over 8. And then we multiply diagonally. So I end up with 120x equals 8 times 15,000, which is 120,000. Divide by 120 on both sides. And we have that x equals 1,000. So that's 1,000 people. It's word problems, so we have to have units. And this up here, I forgot to put units on. That is just the constant of variation. So it's $32. $32 per hour. $32 per hour. Okay, and next, now we're going to look at the inverse variation type of problems. Next page. So for the inverse variation, remember, inverse variation means that we have constant products, okay, which is that k equals x times y. The equation is y equals k over x. And for the verbiage for this, it would be blank varies inversely with blank, and it's always y varies inversely with x. This is the first, this is the second. So if I'm looking at number 7, the time it takes to bake a turkey varies inversely. So we have a time varies inversely with the oven temperature. So that means time is y, temperature is x. So we have that x equals the temperature, y equals the time, which in this instance is hours. So it takes 3 hours to bake a turkey at 300 degrees. Find the constant of variation. So remember that the constant here is x times y. So our temperature is 300. Our time is 3 hours. So that means I'm doing 300 times 3. So my k equals 900 for the constant of variation. Now, if it asked me for the equation, then that would be y equals 900 over x. Now, that's not what it's asking for here, but I need you to understand if it did ask for that, that's what you would do. Because it is possible to have that asked of you. Okay. Now we're talking about if we have a missing value. Well, again, if it's a missing value, set up ordered pairs. Okay, set yourself up for success. Write those as ordered pairs. Okay, so it says time traveling varies inversely with the average speed. So Y is time, speed is X. All right, so we're writing our ordered pairs. It says if a train travels between two cities in 3 hours at an average speed of 65 miles per hour. So that means one ordered pair is going to be 65, comma 3. And then it says how long, so that means we're looking for time. How long would it take at an average speed of 78 miles per hour? So it's 78, comma Y. I'm looking for how long. I'm looking for the Y. Now, remember, this is constant products. So that means to figure out this, we're doing XY equals XY when we're finding a missing value. So I'm going to set up and I'm going to do 65 times 3 equals 78Y. Well, 65 times 3, that's going to give me 195 equals 78Y. Divide by 78, and I end up with 2.5. I'm looking at how long, so it's 2.5 hours equals Y. Okay, your assignment is to finish these problems. If you've got questions, make sure that you ask. Have a great day.